Prime Field.
In the first 6 games of the 2025 and 26 season, a single number captured national attention. 50 points in the paint against Louisville. A statistic that marked a clear departure from UConn's long-established perimeter identity. Welcome to Prime Field. This investigation examines how Serah Strong and Serah Williams are quietly reshaping the Huskies' structure, turning what was once a guard-driven program into a team defined by its front-court power. The central question guides this documentary. How did a sophomore anchor and a veteran transfer combine to alter UConn's offensive blueprint and defensive architecture within just 6 games? The answer begins with the program's returning force. The rise of Serah Strong sets the stage for the first major turning point. Serah Strong entered her second year not as a developing prospect, but as an established interior presence. Her efficiency defined UConn's early stability. Through 6 games, Strong shot .582 from the field, converting 46 of her first 79 attempts. Her free throw accuracy, an imposing .882, elevated her overall scoring profile and placed her true shooting metrics among the elite in the nation's front court landscape. Rebounding remained her most consistent anchor. 59 total rebounds, a 9.8 per game average, matched her historic freshman pace, the same rate that produced a program record 356 rebounds 1 year earlier. Defensively, Strong expanded her reach. 16 blocks, 18 steals. Numbers that reflect not only paint protection, but the mobility to disrupt passing lanes and initiate transition possessions. Her presence created the structural base for what came next. A critical addition that changed the rotation entirely. When 6'4" senior Serah Williams arrived from Wisconsin, UConn gained more than depth. It gained optionality, another true rim anchor capable of reshaping matchups. In her first 6 games, Williams delivered 6 blocks and 26 rebounds in just 105 minutes of action. Her ability to contest without fouling and switch in short spaces provided defensive versatility uncommon for a veteran post-transfer. Offensively, she integrated with remarkable economy, 20 for 42 from the field, a .476 clip, while also claiming 14 offensive rebounds. These second-chance extractions compounded UConn's interior efficiency and directly widened spacing for the perimeter. Together, Strong and Williams accumulated 22 offensive rebounds, a figure that forced opposing defenses to collapse earlier, drop deeper, and abandon clean closeouts on UConn's shooters. This pairing altered not only personnel usage, but philosophy. The consequences of the Strong-Williams axis appeared immediately. Louisville, November 4th Strong registered 21 points and 10 rebounds. UConn produced 50 paint points, leveraging both post touches and short roll action. Ohio State, November 16th. The shift became undeniable. Strong scored 29 points on 12 of 17 shooting while dishing out 9 assists, a rare combination for a front court player. Williams added 12 points, and UConn scored 52 points in 2 quarters by exploiting interior mismatches. The presence of 2 credible front court scoring threats changed the geometry of the court. Guards attacked wider lanes. Wings operated with deeper catch zones. Defenders hesitated to overhelp, opening passing angles that did not exist in previous seasons. UConn's offensive tempo, spacing, and shot profile began to move around its interior pillars, marking a fundamental shift in identity. That shift extended to the other side of the ball. The most measurable impact of the new axis appeared in possession control. Across 6 games, UConn out-rebounded opponents 256 to 206, averaging 42.7 rebounds per game. This margin translated directly into second-chance prevention. Against Loyola Chicago, 85-31. Strong and Williams combined for 12 rebounds. Their interior presence helped generate 36 forced turnovers and 25 steals, collapsing Loyola's offensive structure. Against Troy, 99-67, Strong delivered 21 points and 9 rebounds. Williams added 9 points and 8 rebounds. Their combined work restricted Troy's offensive rebounds and limited extended possessions. Across the early stretch, their 10 combined blocks altered shot selection before attempts even materialized, steering opponents into contested mid-range attempts and low-value drives. But the emerging axis was not without its vulnerabilities. And those vulnerabilities surfaced quickly. November 21st introduced the defining stress test. Michigan, operating with pace and multiple ball handlers, forced UConn's front court into extended defensive coverage. Strong responded with 16 points and 20 rebounds, but required 15 shot attempts to reach that production. The Wolverines' switching schemes produced contested touches and narrower angles. Williams finished with 6 points and 2 rebounds in 24 minutes, marking her least impactful performance of the season. This game revealed a critical inflection point. UConn's interior dominance excels against traditional post alignments, but becomes strained against perimeter-oriented spacing, rapid ball movement, and spread pick-and-roll construction. The program now faced an operational question. How could it maintain paint dominance while addressing lateral coverage demands? The answer pointed back to the changing design of the offense. With Strong functioning as a high-post distributor, exemplified by 7 assists against Ohio State, UConn began threading its offense through the interior. Plays initiated with post entries rather than perimeter isolations. Short roll reads replaced pull-up jumpers as the first option. This inside-out model reversed the dynamics of recent UConn teams. Opponents previously blitzed guards and wings, comfortable leaving the post unattended. That calculus changed. Defensive collapses now produced open shots for AZ Fudd, KK Arnold, and UConn's perimeter rotation. The front court no longer supplemented the offense. It constructed it. UConn's new blueprint thus took shape. A system anchored in physicality, spacing gravity, and 2 capable interior scorers who force structural defensive concessions. This leads to the final consideration, what this shift represents for the program's future. If the Strong Williams axis sustains its early season performance, UConn's identity will move decisively away from a guard-centric past. The 2025-26 team projects is a program built on paint creation, rebounding control, and defensive anchoring. This pivot responds to a broader trend in modern basketball. 3-point variance can break a season. Interior dominance stabilizes it. Strong's efficiency, rebounding consistency, and defensive versatility provide a foundation rarely matched by sophomores. Williams' experience and rim protection expertise create a complementary force that amplifies the system. Together they form a front-court blueprint that could redefine how UConn competes deep into March, not through volume shooting, but through possession control and interior pressure. Their impact marks the beginning of a new era. An era shaped not on the perimeter, but at the axis of the paint, where UConn's next identity quietly takes form. Across the first 6 games of the 2025 and 26 season, Serah Strong and Serah Williams established more than statistical dominance. They introduced a new framework for how UConn could contend in the modern landscape. Their combined presence shifted the Huskies away from reliance on perimeter variance and toward a system grounded in rebounding, efficiency, and interior control. The Strong-Williams axis positioned UConn to withstand stylistic volatility and compete through physicality and structure. If their early season trends continue, the program's identity will solidify around an inside-out philosophy, one that contrasts with recent eras yet aligns with the demands of deep NCAA tournament runs. The legacy of this front-court pairing may ultimately rest not on individual numbers, but on how effectively they redefine the blueprint for UConn's resurgence, and the foundation they laid for a more sustainable, paint-anchored future.
Prime Field!